Peace, family. Greetings to you, Queen here. In this video, we're going to talk a little bit about the technology behind the quantum AI technology that I've been promoting here recently. And I want to share with you a $1,000 2-year financial freedom strategy. Okay. I created the first strategy is the 2-year passive crypto millionaire strategy, and that is starting at a $5,000 investment. And I wanted to have another option as well for folks that maybe cannot start at a $5,000 investment. So I have a $1,000 strategy, right? But before I get into the numbers, I want to really I want to explain to you or elaborate for you the technology behind the strategy, right? Because numbers are just numbers, math is math, right? But if the product cannot hold, right, cannot support the math, then it doesn't matter what strategy you come up with, it'll implode in the end. So this quantum AI technology that we have partnered up with this venture is the first of its kind. It's the first of its kind in the marketplace right now, right? Now, and I know you see all this fancy stuff on the screen here that I've got up, and you don't need to be this technical. I just wanted to share with you a little bit about what went in to develop it, right? So let me just kind of give you like a very simple explanation. Now, we all know what AI is, right? AI is artificial intelligence. AI, when ChatGPT, hit the scenes, it kind of opened up, AI's Pandora's box, if you will. And so AI is being used now in everything. Artificial intelligence is being used in everything. I mean, from writing books, writing an email, doing videos. Like it's everywhere, right? It's everywhere, and it's still new. Now, that's artificial intelligence, right? Now, if you couple that with quantum technology, now what is quantum? Quantum is I mean, you can look the technical definition up, but quantum is like an infinite amount, if you will. It's really like, it's kind of like if you're into quantum mechanics, or if you're into neuroscience, that in order to bring anything in this dimension that we're in, which is the third dimension, we have to mentally, energetically go into the quantum field where there's these infinite amount of possibilities, right? To couple those ideas or intentions together on the right frequency, and then it manifests here in this dimension. That's what quantum is. It's a field of infinite possibilities. That's what it is, right? So now we have this quantum AI technology that has been put together in the trading world, in the crypto trading world, right? So what this allows the technology to do is to look at all the different infinite trading possibilities in the crypto world to deliver the best results for its clients. That's the best way that I could explain that to you. And I think that was damn pretty good. So this quantum AI technology and the venture that we've partnered up with, they have been delivering for their clients for the past 2 years, that they have been excuse me, that they have been out in the marketplace. They've been delivering for their clients up to 60% per month on their capital, right? Now, the technology is so badass. They are, from a company standpoint, they are earning no less than 150% on that same capital. And the agreement is to deliver 60% per month to their clients. So there's a buffer of maybe 7 to 8 months worth of profits and reserves for principal for every single client that they have. Their liquidity is really, really, really deep. Okay? So I want you to understand that part first, because, you know, in the investing world, in the crypto investing world, you know, there's all these types of, you know, promises for returns and this and that, and you don't really know you don't really know if you know, these outfits are, you know, really trading, if they really have a technology, do they really, you know what I mean? Like, you just don't really know, right? So this is the backdrop, if you will, what you're seeing on the screen. This is the backdrop to that technology. Okay. I'll give you this PDF when you become a client, if you're real technical like I am and a nerd and you like to study stuff like this. You can have it, and a whole lot of other PDFs. All right. But it says here, integration with quantum machines and qubits algorithms led to the quantumization of our processes. We identified the benefits of staking, focusing on private pools for validating blockchain transactions. This strategic combination not only covered trading losses, but also significantly enhanced returns. So that's why I was saying, you know, they're bringing in no less than 150% on that same capital every month, and they're delivering to the clients 60%. But there's a buffer there, just to make sure, to make extra sure, right? If anything were to happen, or whatever the case may be, right? It's just a smart move on their behalf. So, and with the 60%, you know, if you again go back here and you look at this, and obviously, you know, I have to say from a legal standpoint that obviously there's no guarantees when you do any type of investing. Crypto is risky, 100% risky. Only use risk capital, only use discretionary income, right? Only use funds that you're comfortable with losing if it didn't work out, okay? Now, I've said that, but I'm also saying this, that they have mitigated the risk down to a science. When you read through this, they have mitigated the risk down to a science where it's not like a typical investment portfolio would be, right? Where you would have these huge drawdowns and things like that. So, because of all of these ingredients that they've put together, I was able to create a strategy based upon that, because I feel that it is a solid business model. We're talking about a technology 5 years in development, right? Tinkering in the lab, getting it just right. 2 years of satisfied, not one complaint, not one withdrawal issue. You know, that's unprecedented, right? All right, so I've said all of that. Now let's look at the actual strategy, okay? Again, this is the 1K strategy. If you want the the 5K strategy, which is 2 years to crypto millionaire status. You're watching this on YouTube. Go to the link that's in the description of the video. Okay. If you're watching this on one of my websites, there's going to be a link beneath this video where you can click. You know, you're a big thinker. You're like, no, I want to go ahead and do the 5K. You can click that link to get to the 5K strategy, right? And get to the whole overview of the company, the venture, et cetera, et cetera. All right, so let's take a look at this strategy. All right. So this is a 2-year financial freedom plan. You're starting with a $1,000 deposit, okay? So we've broken this down into 4 phases, right? So each year you have 2 phases. So phase 1, right? Now, when you're starting with the $1,000 deposit, you're not at enough capital to get the 60% per month. So you'll see here as we go through the strategy where it actually switches and you get to the 60% per month. Okay. All right. So phase 1, you're starting with $1,000 and you're getting 1.66% per day, which is 50% per month. So on that $1,000, you're making $16.60 per day. If you multiply that by 30 days, that's $498 per month. And then if you multiply that by 6 months, that's $2,988 at the end of the 6 months. Okay. So you can look at this as a 6-month rolling type of strategy. Okay. Because every 6 months, your profits are available for you to withdraw. Okay. You'll see your earnings and everything every single day. But this particular strategy is doing a 6-month contract, if you will. But remember this, even though I'm saying a 6-month contract, your capital is never locked, right? So if there was a situation where you needed to access your capital, you can do that just by contacting your account manager and letting them know, hey, I have an emergency, blah, blah, blah. They'll say, hey, what's your wallet address? They'll send you your capital. It's not a big deal. Okay. I love that flexibility, right? Because, you know, if you go to a traditional bank and you buy a CD, right? First of all, the minimum to buy a CD at any bank is like 10 grand. And then they want to lock up your 10 grand for about 3 years. And then the percentage that they're delivering you is insulting. It's ridiculous, right? But here, you know, even though we're saying every 6 months, it's not like locked where, you know, you can't get back to it. But I will say this, you know, never do any type of investment where you feel like you have to go back and touch that capital again. The whole thing about investing and these particular strategies that I put together is not really set up where you want to mess with it. You know, you want to do the strategy and you want to continue with the strategy the way that it is for the numbers to work, right? If you feel like you have to tinker with some money that you've put in an investment, what that means is you didn't have the money in the first place to do the investment. Okay, so if you're thinking along those lines, don't invest. Don't invest. Okay, so this is, you know, this strategy is for someone that they have you have $1,000 sitting somewhere, you know, in a savings account, insulting them every month with a small penny percentage that the bank is giving them. Okay. All right. So that is phase 1. All right. So let's move to phase 2. All right. So phase 2. Let's go here. All right. Phase 2. You remember the 2,988 that you made at the end of the first 6 months. You're going to add that to your initial capital, right? So you're adding the $2,988 to the $1,000. Now you're at $3,988. All right. So now you're earning 1.66% per day on that. So that's giving you a daily profit of $66.20. If you multiply that by 30 days, you're at 1,986 per month. And then if you take that by the 6 months, you're at 11,916 at the end of the 6 months. Okay. Now, at this point, if you want to remove your initial capital and remove your risk off the table, right? So this is complete 12 months. This is your first year. You can withdraw that $1,000 of seed capital, and you're going to be left with the 10,916, right? So now you've taken your $1,000, put it back in that savings account, and let them continue to insult you, or whatever. I'm just joking, but you can take your $1,000 off the table. All right. So now we move into year 2, right? So we've got the 10,916, and we're going to add that to the capital that we initially had in there, the 3,988. So now we're at $14,904. All right. So now at this capital amount, it's large enough to move us to the 60% per month. So now you're getting into the real money, as I say. So 14,904 at 2% per day. That's bringing you $298 per day in profits. If you take that by 30 days, that's $8,492 per month. And then at the 6-month end of this particular phase, you have earned $53,654, right? At the end of those 6 months. Okay. So now you're at 1 year and 6 months. So you're at 1.5 years, and you have produced from $1,000 investment that you have back in your pocket. You've taken the risk off the table. You're at $53,654 worth of capital. And you could really say this would be an infinite return for you. This would be a quantum return for you, because you no longer have any skin in the game. Your capital is back in your pocket. So this is all profit, all house money, if you will. All right. All right. So let's look at this last phase, because this is where it gets exciting for you. All right. So now phase 2 down here. So that 53,654, right? We added that to the balance that we initially started with in the previous phase. We get a capital amount of $68,588. And if you look at that at 2% per day, you're earning $1,317 per day times 30 days. That's $41,135 per month, right? All infinite profits. Now, if you take that monthly by 6 months, you're at $246,812 at the end of the 6 months. Now, this would complete 2 years for you. So now you've hit financial freedom at this point, because I'm quite sure your bills aren't over 40 grand a month. If they are, we need to have another conversation. What are you doing? But no. So now you're at a point where you can do one of two things at this point, right? And the thing with the venture that we're in is you don't just have to have a single plan. You can have multiple plans. Okay? So this strategy is giving you a long-term plan for financial freedom. But in addition to that, simultaneously, you can have some plans that produce a daily withdrawal for you, a monthly withdrawal for you, or every 3 months withdrawal for you. Okay? So there's a lot of flexibility. If you decide to become a client, you could definitely get with our account manager, which are a fabulous group of people. Fabulous group of people. Listen, you haven't probably had this type of treatment in any business that you've been with. These are a fabulous group of people. But you can get with your account manager and create different strategies once you become a client, you get access to my private WhatsApp group. You can discuss strategy as well there. But at this point, you're making 41,000 per month. You can just continue, with the amount of capital that you have, and every 6 months you're taking out $250,000 if you choose to, or you may want to add to your capital and grow it even more, or maybe you take some of that and you start a 5K strategy or a couple of 5K strategies for your children, or your loved ones. It's really up to you at this point. Again, we're talking, financial freedom at this point. So, if you're on my page, if you're on the website itself, right beneath this video, you can click, if you have enough information, you can click to create your account. There's also a video down there that shows you how to create your account and how to make your deposit. You can make deposit in 15 different, actually 16 now, 16 different cryptocurrencies that you can make your deposit in. My suggestion on these strategies, the 1,000 and the 5,000, is to make your deposit in a stable coin. And my preferred stable coin that they accept is USDT TRC20. And the reason why I say that is because when I'm doing a long-term investment strategy, I want to see the numbers in USD, right? And I don't want the fluctuation, if you will, of a cryptocurrency. I want the stability, of the stable coin. Okay. But again, you can still have other plans, and I encourage you to have other plans and have other coins staked within your account, so that you're earning, your percentages from those, as well as the appreciation of the coins themselves. And we get all into that, within our group and things like that. Okay. So that is it. Yeah. So just click the link below if you want to become a client. You can also download this document as well on the page. And yeah, I look forward to bringing you more information, bringing you more content, videos, and strategies around this venture. All right, so I'll see you in the next video.